Hi everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel. So in this video I thought I'd do an update. The last full updated on PulseChain was the 9th of November, so this is an update on that one. We can have a full look at everything in terms of the Sacrfice price and all the extra details around the PulseChain and all sorts of stuff like that. So hold on to your hats. Here we go. And of course, here we are on PulseChain.com, the official site. And of course, the official Sacrfice phase was over, but now we're in the Mercy Sacrfice phase. So the rate keeps going up by 1.05 per day, which is pretty big now. So we're going to check out, see exactly what that is. Of course, here is the Sacrfice details that were all there. So you can read that on PulseChain.com. The volume multiplier, of course, has disappeared. That was a long time ago. The first 19 days was called the official Sacrfice. Now we're into the Mercy. Of course, here's all the key details about the PulseChain here, and we've gone through those many times, including hopefully we'll have the bridge and the MVP, or the minimum viable product, when PulseChain launches. Trading, of course, will be there with a Uniswap version and hopefully a Sushi Swap as well, potentially. And there's the explanation. So pretty cool. That was it. Of course, we've got Twitter and Telegram. You can check that out on PulseChain.com. I'll leave all the links, of course, in the video description. Check it out. Let's go to the next one. We're going to move. Here is the timeline that I've been using, and very cool. Because it just keeps us a nice context. We've got the hex price mapped against that, because as a sort of the pulse, as it were, of PulseChain is kind of the hex until that point, until we get a pulse price and maybe even a p hex. That is kind of the pulse of the sentiment at the moment. Very cool. So we're waiting for testnet in here. You might have seen my daily vid earlier today, just saying that this is what we're waiting for. Improved validator rotation, branded block scout, block explorer, initial distributions, which everyone is very much looking forward to, I know. And of course, tens of thousands of pulse seconds waiting for that. Whatever you see here is totally not real, just testing. It will be a raw data, but it will be real data, but it will be actual data, but raw data. So I'm not exactly sure it will be the final until we get the actual fork. That will be the final, I guess. We'll see what happens with the distribution where we get a final one as well. So we're watching that very carefully. All right, so this is where we are at the moment. Very cool. And almost at the end of November and leading up into the second birthday of Hex. So we'll look forward to PulseChain Testnet 0.0. I definitely hope it comes out this stage here rather than further out. That'd be very cool. Richard's last live stream, of course, talked about PulseChain mainnet being between these two periods here. So a month to 2 months, and he particularly talked about a month and a half, so somewhere in the middle. So it'll either be, pretty much before Christmas or just after Christmas in the New Year's time there, maybe 5th or 6th of January. Interesting. Remember that the low price of Hex was the 5th of January 2020, so it's almost 2 years from that. So interesting timeline there. All right, pretty cool. So we're looking forward to that as the timeline. Let's go on to Pulse Lead. Of course, this is where all the Sacrfice was done. And this is a pretty cool. There's a third-party site, of course, pulselead.xyz, and of course this was the main thing during the first 19 days. And of course the Sacrfice phase had ended. However, Richard let the Mercy Sacrfice continue, and we're going to check that out. Of course, we did in the last update. Went through the top 5 whales and had a look and see what they've been doing. They hadn't been up to too much actually, so that was pretty cool. Not sure what the second 5 had been doing, but these top 5 certainly not, including Overwatch. So nice. Remember that's 29.5 million, 19.6 million, 9.2, 15.3, and 10.7. So you know that there's some big players. And if we go all the way down, we can see that we have a lot of players over 1 million. As I say, I call them players, but we have a lot of investors over 1 million. 75 in fact, and just on Ethereum alone. This is only Ethereum. Pretty amazing stuff. This is a great website actually, so the person did a very good job of this. As you can see, it looks very nice and also in branded colors. Very cool. So look forward to more from them when PulseChain launches for sure. All right, so that's PulseLead. That's where the Sacrfice was done. Let's get into the current rate of PulseChain. And of course, here we are on some of the links here. We're going to jump over to the bonding curve. I'll leave the link to this in the video description, as I did earlier in today's video. We have got the rate per 10,000 Sacrfice points. So remember on day 1, we had it at $1. And then day 19, it was $1.98. Basically, it doubled Of course, so 10,000 points for $1 was a fantastic rate. The first 5 days people were at that rate, and then it started going up by 1.05. You can see it there going up each day. See 110, and then it sort of starts compounding on itself. So that's the impact there. By the time we got through to day 19, it was 5,051 points. So you would have got twice as much early on. For the same dollar. That's going to cost you $2 now. So pretty cool. Now we're on a day 136. Can you believe it? The 27th of November. And of course, it's now 17 points. So instead of getting 10,000 points per dollar, so Sacrfice points per dollar, you get 17 now. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And you would have, for 10,000 points, you would have paid $1. Now you pay $596.76. So just take that into account. Here's another way of looking at it, of course, for the Mercy point cost. We're almost at the end of this chart. So I'm going to run out of data here because this chart's read only. So we're almost at the end here, and $596.76. So you can see it's just going up, folks. That's the way it is. That's what happens. 1.05 factor is compounding, and it's just going up and up and up and up. So if you can actually scroll all the way back here, all the way down to day number 20, you can see it's $2.80. Just kept going up and up and up to get 10,000 points. And that's just the way it goes, up and up and up. And then we start getting into hundreds of dollars. We flicked over there, and now we're up to day 136. And you can see it's just going to keep going up after this all the way through. So let's have a look and see by the time we get to, I don't know how far this goes, but it's just going up to thousands now. So by the time we get up to day 147, that's the 8th of December, it's going to be $1,000 for 10,000 points, folks. That's 10 points for $1. Wow. All right, let's go back to the 30th, 135. We're going to put in $596.76. And that's how many we're going to get to 10,000 points. So if it's 17 points per dollar, we can work out the rate there. So we're going to go 1 divided by 17. That's $1. $1 divided by 17. That's a 5.8, almost 5.9 cents now per pulse point. Can you believe it? So pulse being a token, I guess once it launches, that's just the way we see it. So 5.8 cents, it's incredible. Now, will the market price be that price? Not likely. But some people are predicting 10 cents to 15 cents, but maybe we'll come way back. Maybe we'll come way back, and it already depends about the volume. Maybe we'll come back, towards this direction to find a price. Because you got to remember, all these people will be well on the money at that price, at 5.5 cents. This is like quadruple 04. Let's do $1 here. Let's do $1 divided by 10,000 points. We can see the difference. You can see that. So 1 divided by 10,000. That equals 0001 there, and of course doesn't include the actual pulse multiplier which applied in these first days here. So first 16 days. So impressive stuff there, folks. Very cool. Hopefully that was insightful to you. I'll leave the link to video description, of course. Very few people are multiplying. We just had a lot of questions talking about can I sacrifice. That seems to have been dying down, which is probably a good thing. All right, here is the last time we touched on this. We were at the 9th of November. So we're going to look at the 10th of November upwards and see some of the sacrifices on the Sacrfice PulseChain Egress. You can see that PulseChain Sacrfice is on Ethereum only, doesn't include other chains, of course. So we had some Hex coming in. We had some different stuff. We earned finance there, YFE, ENS. So we had lots of stuff like that coming in. We had lots of Hex, 6,000 Hex there, 12,000. What do we else? So we had some Shiba Inu, 28 million. We had Hokkaido Iku. So what's that? It's a huge number there, 87 billion or something of that. We had some Binance dollars, a Zoo token. So like that, that's pretty cool. So that's page 1. We've got the one page 3 here. So we haven't had too many since the 9th. Certainly has been slowing down. If we scroll down here, we had some more Hex, 1,500, 12,300. That's a decent amount of Hex there. We had some 14,000. It's a decent amount as well. So it's still got some decent USDC coin coming in there. ETH, Hex here, a couple of thousand each here. So 2,000. USDC coin, $60. So 5,000, 3,000. So still some decent Hex being sacrificed there up at that level. especially for small retail holders. Shiba Inu in there as well. G2 Dodge coming in now. What's that? 401 million. That's some crazy stuff right there. Those numbers. So what else we got? Shiba Inu, USD, Hex, a lot of small ones there. Yeah, quite a bit of Shiba Inu, isn't it? And 325,000 hex here. Oh my goodness, that's huge. That was only 8 days and 9 hours ago on the 19th of November. Wow, that's huge, folks. That's really big. 19th. So let's quickly check back on here and see what they'll actually have got on the 19th. So we're going to scroll all the way up here. That was the 19th of November. 19th there of November. Let's scroll up here. Not quite there yet. There we are, almost there. 19th there, $403. So they would have got 25 points per Sacrfice there. For 25,000. I'm not sure what the actual price value of that was at the time. Let's have a quick look. Oh wow, look at that. So it was worth 66,000 on the day of the transfer. So let's just do 66,700. Let's do that, 66,700. And let's divide that by, what was the rate? So that was 25 points. So let's not actually divide that, let's multiply that. So it's 25. Let's do that, and let's multiply that by 25. Did I say it was? Yes, I did. So 25. So that's going to give them 1,667,000 points. Wow, that's not a lot compared to what they would have had if they had sacrificed on day one. So they would have got you know, millions and tens of millions, a huge number. So if we did that again, 60, what did I say it was? 67, 66,700. So 66,700 times 10,000. They would have got 666 million. I mean, it's just crazy, the difference. It's a fraction, isn't it? So pretty amazing. Let's have a quick look at the rest of it. Let's keep going back here. It's pretty interesting stuff that people are doing now. It's a massive sacrifice. We had some decent 11,000 USD coin there. Don't think people have been doing their maths very well. 20,000 for 12,400. Some still big stuff there for 52. This was 7 days ago, 52,000. This is some mind-blowing stuff, folks. Let's go to page 1. We're on the final one. Well, the pain's almost over. I don't think these people really have thought much about what they're actually getting for their sacrifice there. So yep, hex there. So let's have a look here. Shiba Inu, got a whole ton of mixed coins there. 2,300 there. Swap, we've got lots of different combinations. I don't know all the values of those. So what else? We've got 5,000 hex here. Some more Shiba Inu. What else? 30,000 hex. There's a big one, boy. What else they got here going? 8,000 hex. And then last day we've had this last day in 18 hours, so we had 10,000 hex. That's this big one. Boy, oh boy. What else? 429, 893. Yeah, wow. Okay. It's going to have to be massive price appreciation for them, as we know that they're going to need. If it was $1, they're going to need to get you know, was it a 596x on that dollar relativity there. So pretty crazy stuff for sure, and so that's what they've been doing. All right, let's jump away. Let's go to the full address and quickly check out that. And of course, here is what's in there at the moment. 17 ETH at the moment in the Sacrfice address. We've also got transaction and ETH along here as well. I was just looking at the ERC20 sacrifices. So let's have a look at what we've got in there. We've got $21 billion worth of hex at the current price of 18.87 cents, 113 billion hex in there. And of course, we've got DAI stable, 35 million DAI stable in there at the moment. So pretty cool. Looks like quite a bit of the other US dollar stuff, as I said last time, has gone out of there. Let's jump over to PulseChain and see where PulseChain's at. As I've been talking about, the commits have been quite good the last couple of days. So PulseChain Testnet 2.0 must be pretty close and almost fitting into our window. It's a window over here, so almost fitting into this window here is looking more likely. So we've had commits here, one day, and one day. So that was on the PulseChain Testnet too. So we'll look forward to that. Hopefully we'll get news very soon and fit into that window. The testnet 0.1.0 still continued to tick over, second after second, hour after hour, day after day, and you can see a 4.5 second average block time at the moment on it, but of course that will be about 3 seconds when it's operational full scale, so pretty cool. All right, so nice on that, and we're gonna, when it does go live, we're gonna look forward to, you know, a branded PulseChain block scout as well. That was one of the benefits there. See, a branded block scout, so we'll look forward to that when it does go live. Oh, well, sorry, for a PulseChain Testnet 2.0, and that's pretty much that. Finally, on PulseChain Twitter. This is the last updates. This is actually before the 9th of November, but I thought I'd put this on. This is that email that I've been using, and of course, sorry, that tweet, and that's what I've got up here, just so you can see where that's from. That was tweeted by Richard Hart too, and this is on the PulseChain Twitter account. Then we got an update. So this is a new update. Of course, I have talked about this November the 21st, pulse.info update. Since the so pulse.info is actually the place where you actually went to Sacrfice, pick, you know, find the addresses for the relevant blockchains, including the ETH one we just looked at. Pulse.info update. Since the Ethereum holders are being diluted about 1 million X, we can skip the freemium take back. That means that after 30 days that the freemium Pulse airdrop would be taken back from them if they didn't use it on the Pulse chain. But of course, that is being removed, which is cool. I mean, it was a small thing. This saves an absolute ton of processing. It also means that at any point in the future, an ETH user will have some gas to enjoy on PulseChain, which is great for adoption. So I love that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, folks. That was a quick update based on the 9th of November one, and that's where we're at the moment. Looking forward to some imminent launch. That's what we're hoping for in this little window here. Of course, if it could be later, but that would be after the birth date. It'd be nice to get PulseChain Testnet 2.0 running out before then. All right, feel free to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, of course. Leave your comments. Love your comments, been getting some really good ones, and I do respond to them all. Hope you enjoyed that. Onwards and upwards, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.